Many industries are undergoing a digital transformation, driven by a need for rapid innovation. These demands have fueled the rapid growth of the cloud, with its promise of easier, faster innovation at a lower cost. But what many enterprises are finding is that architecting and managing a cloud using inflexible and expensive legacy infrastructure is slow, costly, and just plain hard. What your company needs is access to enterprise-level, highly dynamic compute, storage, networking, and management services. You want a complete software-defined data center built on a market-leading cloud infrastructure platform and cloud management solution, available on demand, whether from your on-premise systems or from cloud service providers. With your cloud infrastructure in particular, you want a simple, secure, reliable way to stand it up in hours, not days or months. And you want it delivered in one unified, easy-to-manage solution. You want VMware Cloud Foundation. VMware Cloud Foundation brings together vSphere, vSAN, and NSX into one fully integrated stack with a built-in automated lifecycle management through SDDC Manager. The new SDDC Manager makes building and managing your private cloud easy by automating the bring-up, configuration, infrastructure provisioning, and upgrade and patching of the entire SDDC stack. This same platform can now be extended from your on-premise private cloud and delivered as a service on the public cloud through partnerships such as AWS, IBM Cloud, and vCloud Air. You can run any application anywhere without needing to worry about infrastructure compatibility or service level agreements. With VMware Cloud Foundation, you can get to market 8 times faster and be twice as productive, while saving up to 45% in costs when compared to traditional approaches. Eliminate the complexity, time, and cost associated with building and managing your cloud infrastructure, and get a best-in-class hybrid cloud infrastructure stack ready for any application today and in the future. Transform your enterprise now with VMware Cloud Foundation, the unified software-defined data center platform for the hybrid cloud.
Today's workforce is on the move, with employees looking to access corporate data, applications, and online resources across more devices and locations. But supporting workplace mobility while minimizing risks and maintaining compliance can be overwhelming for many IT teams. VMware Horizon desktop and application virtualization solutions provide organizations with a streamlined approach to delivering, protecting, and managing desktops and apps while containing costs and ensuring that end users can work anytime, anywhere, across any device. Horizon centralizes end users' desktops in the data center, so IT can efficiently provision new clients, centralize desktop management, and improve security and compliance. And with innovative technologies like instant clones, user environment management, and app volumes, Horizon ensures that IT can streamline desktop and application management like never before, providing employees with truly stateless desktops. These stateless desktops can be destroyed just as quickly as they can be delivered, in seconds, allowing organizations to drive down costs, improve security, and support users with a truly personalized desktop experience. But with Horizon, organizations are not just getting virtual desktops, they're getting the ability to efficiently and cost-effectively deliver, manage, and monitor published applications to end users who may not need access to a full desktop. What's more, virtual desktops and published applications with Horizon provide IT teams with increased consistency across system settings and policies. Because with virtual desktops, these policies are tied to the end user and not the underlying hardware. This means that IT can provide end users with a truly contextual user experience, with policy that can dynamically change depending on the device used or the location services are being accessed from. And end users can securely access corporate data and applications across sessions through one set of login credentials. With Horizon, VMware is also ensuring that IT organizations can flexibly deliver services from on-premises, in the cloud, or through a new hybrid approach to best meet end-user requirements. This approach allows IT to start on-premises and provides them with a low-risk way to move to a fully cloud-hosted service or a hybrid cloud-managed service, with cloud-based management and desktops and infrastructure that sits on-premises. And with advanced virtual GPU and pass-through technologies such as NVIDIA Grid, as well as a brand new Blast Extreme protocol, IT can deliver great user experiences with all of the features end users have come to expect for even the most demanding graphic-intensive workloads. The consumerization of IT is a real phenomenon that is impacting businesses across the globe today. But supporting this trend doesn't need to be complex and overwhelming, nor should it cost you more. Horizon can help. Be sure to find out more today.
Being an industry leader today requires two things: an ability to respond to customer demands and the freedom to innovate. Smart businesses know this calls for a digital transformation, but the path to get there can be challenging. Disruptive technologies emerge faster than most organizations can absorb. The result is complex environments that lack responsiveness, are difficult to maintain, and are hard to secure. The answer is a more agile, service-oriented IT model built on the right digital foundation. A foundation that provides consistent infrastructure and operations to integrate with public clouds via an integrated hybrid cloud platform that modernizes the on-premises data center. VMware Cloud Foundation brings the ease and automation of public cloud in-house and makes operating the data center fundamentally simpler. VMware Cloud Foundation automates the deployment and ongoing lifecycle of a fully functional software-defined data center on a standardized hyper-converged architecture. This makes it easy for IT organizations to scale out and to deploy new infrastructure clusters in a repeatable manner. Integrated cloud management enables self-service automation of IT service delivery to round the private cloud experience. VMware Cloud Foundation also includes end-to-end security built into every level of the infrastructure. From micro-segmentation at the networking layer, down to encryption at the storage layer. And if you're looking to extend beyond your data center, VMware Cloud Foundation can be consumed as a service through service providers such as VMware Cloud on AWS or select VMware Cloud providers. This means you can build a hybrid cloud based on a common and compatible platform that stretches from on-premises to off-premises. VMware Cloud Foundation supports any business or application need with agility, automation, scale, simplicity, speed, and security. Support any business or application need and future-proof your business today with VMware Cloud Foundation.
Good morning, valued clients. Phil Data Business Systems and Technopack welcome you to this virtual session featuring Power on Remote Solutions. In today's sessions, hear about our exciting solutions from VMware that are meant to help you adapt and thrive in today's very challenging business climate. And just like the live events that you might be missing, we will be giving away some surprise items that are very appropriate for our work at home environment. And you are accessing and viewing this virtual event through the exclusive Facebook community page of VMware Events PH and the Phil Data YouTube channel. It is from here you can post your replies to your speaker questions and comment about the presentations or even ask your own questions about today's presentations. Remember to grant permission to StreamYard so that we can identify you and deliver the prizes you may win, or at the very least, answer your very relevant questions. From time to time, we will be flashing this QR code for your feedback about today's session. Please completely answer the form and stay until the end of the webinar to get another surprise from Phil Data. Okay? And now, let's hear about what we can look forward to from Phil Data's Business Systems Product Manager. Welcome, Mr. Richard Talion.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Talion, and I am the Product Manager of Phil Data for VMware. On behalf of VMware, Phil Data, Technopack, and the organizers, we are very glad that you can join us today in this virtual event to talk about VMware solutions. Now, living in this new normal, our customers continue to rely on Phil Data and VMware to supply, support, and transform their IT needs. As we all know, for IT, it has been and always be business as usual. So that is partly why we are here today. You are going to hear about some great new things from our speakers. But before that, please allow me to give you a brief introduction of who we are. Phil Data is an IT infrastructure solutions provider which has been serving almost every industry for over 38 years. VMware is the global leader in virtualization and cloud infrastructure, and we have the honor of being a VMware partner. Our IT services combined with VMware delivered proven IT solutions for our customers. We are exceptionally strong in IT infrastructure segment, and we carry all the big brands. Alongside VMware, we carry Dell, HP, Vim, Fortinet, Symantec, Cisco, Microsoft, just to name a few. But overall, we provided a broad range of solutions and services from on-premise, traditional servers and storage, hyperconverged, hybrid cloud, and full cloud solutions that we can customize. Beyond storage and compute, we also offer data center solutions like racks, power, cooling, and cabling. Described to be a one-stop shop for everything IT. Let Phil Data make your digital transformation easier. Please do reach out to us if you have any specific in mind. So that's it. Sit back, relax. In the next few hours, You will hear from the rest of VMware, Technopack, and Field Data team.
Thank you very much, Mr. Richard Talion. And with Phil Data on the ground to help you, let's now hear more about where VMware is prepared to take you. From VMware Senior Partner Business Manager, let's all welcome Ms. Catherine Avancenia.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Kathy Avancenia, a partner manager of VMware Philippines. So I'm here to talk about the vision and strategy of VMware. Okay. So basically, we invented a fundamental innovation called virtualization for x8600 architecture. Okay. So 25 years later, so this innovation has led VMware to become the essential digital foundation upon which companies of the world would run and transform their businesses. Studies has actually shown that a dollar invested in VMware has generated $10 or more of economic value, all while relying on VMware to make the platform more sustainable. Okay. So in infrastructure software, every effort in infrastructure starts with the focus on applications. Business needs to build, run, connect, and protect all types of applications, may it be traditional, on-premise, SaaS, or container-based applications. Our vision is simple, which has been our vision since I joined VMware for more than 7 years now, which is to safely enable access to any application on any cloud from any device. So app modernization is actually becoming a top priority for everyday's company's digital transformation initiative. So the industry has made it a clear choice for container technology, and that is Kubernetes. So our focus here is to enable developers who wants to take advantage of the new world of microservices on containers. And our solution here is actually what we call the VMware Tanzu, which is a Japanese word for containers. So Tanzu combines pivotal and existing VMware Cloud native assets as the industry's best enterprise container platform for a multi-cloud world. So under this layer of applications is VMware's core proposition to have our infrastructure serve a multi-cloud world. So a multi-cloud world takes on three forms. So we have the private cloud, the telco edge cloud, and the public cloud. In a private cloud, VMware pioneered the innovation of virtualizing servers, storage, and networking, and adding a layer of management that brings automation and AI for what we call the vision of self-driving data center. So we call this solution VMware Cloud Foundation, and this is the industry's best solution that reduces the three C's, namely cost, complexity, and carbon of a private cloud. So VMware is actually also the industry's leader in any of these categories. So in addition to private cloud, customers are also looking at building and operating cloud and container-based applications across multiple apps to help them rapidly migrate to any cloud. So we've engineered VMware Cloud Foundation to run on every hyperscaler clouds along with 4,000 service providers globally. So all of them see VMware as the essential infrastructure to operate hybrid clouds using the same tools, same teams, and same policies that are used in the data center. Because having to refactor or re-platform existing applications to move them from the private to the public cloud has proven to be a waste of time and money. So with VCF or VMware Cloud Foundation, we don't need to replatform or refactor the applications that we have. Okay. So both the data center and the cloud are now expanding also to the edge, where customers are using VMware Cloud Foundation to seamlessly support telco edge use cases for the future world of 5G. So the key underlying capability of VMware Cloud Foundation is our networking platform, or what we call the virtual cloud network. So today, over 13,000 networking customers are using our networking platform, which we call NSX, which extends from the data center networking to firewalls, to load balancers, and to the software-defined WAN for the branch edge use case. So no one in the industry has such a transformational networking platform. So beyond infrastructure and application, of course, every organization must also consider the needs of their most important assets, which is the people. So actually, we can onboard new employees in a record time of 10 to 15 minutes with the applications that they need on their choice of an Apple, a Google device, or a Microsoft Windows device. So by delivering the best employee experience and our industry's leading workplace transformation, which we call, this solution is what we call the Workspace ONE. This provides them the best of consumer simple experience while also ensuring that the solution is enterprise secured. Okay, so finally, VMware is also reshaping the security industry by radically reducing the clutter of thousands of security vendors with a more intrinsic approach. So we have a unique advantage in that we have the control points like hypervisor of the vSphere, NSX, Workspace ONE, Carbon Block, and recently we've acquired also Datrium for modern application security. So we've created the industry's most comprehensive security portfolio, from the network to the endpoint to workload to the identity cloud and analytics. And our portfolio is over 10,000 customers with $1 billion in size, and we are still growing and still innovating in a rapid phase while replacing legacy vendors' approaches. Okay. So in conclusion, these are the 5 areas of VMware's focus. First is modernization of application, running and managing of multi-cloud environments, connecting to cloud networking solution, delivery of digital workplace, and a holistic intrinsic security portfolio. So this is our VMware vision. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kathy Abansenya. Should you wish to post any questions for her or share feedback about what she presented regarding VMware in the Philippines or anything about VMware, go ahead and comment in the comment box from wherever you are watching. Okay? And if you haven't allowed the community page to identify you yet, this would be a good time as we start our presentations, because that is where we will reach out to you should you win anything, or should we need to get back to you for answering your questions, especially with our next hottest presentations. Okay, so Power on Remote Solutions continues as we share what working remotely with VMware Horizon is like. Here now is VMware's partner systems architect. Welcome, Mr. Ricky Volante.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope all is well. So my name is Ricky Volante. I'm the Partner Systems Engineer for VMware. So let me just share my presentation. So for the next few minutes, I'll be discussing simplifying app and desktop virtualization with VMware Horizon. Okay. All right. So, managing physical desktops and application is very challenging, especially ngayon sa pandemic natin na bigla na lang yung most of our companies biglang nag-stop. Actually, the whole economy stopped during that time. Maybe sometime March or April this year, biglang walang pumapasok sa office, wala lahat. So, yung mga companies in which naka mostly or 100% on-site sila, so wala silang way to access their environment from the inside, from the outside. Now, syempre yung iba nagpadala ng desktops, pinadala yung buong desktop sa employees nila, yung iba may nagbigay ng mga laptops, iba nagbigay pa ng mga Wi-Fi dongles or yung mga three yung mga five mga LTE devices 'yon. So, yun yung mga nangyari. Now, syempre ang mga security challenges pag ganun na nangyari is that medyo malaki kasi you're opening your company, your internal resources to a bigger attack surface. So, security and compliance. So, isa yan sa mga nangungunang natin, kumbaga challenges natin and threats. Also, kapag syempre if you are managing desktops and you are managing applications, yung downtime, syempre yan may upgrade, yung hardware nagkakaproblema minsan, hindi gumagana may mga keys na hindi gumagana sa keyboard, yung monitor may problema, yung hard disk ng CPU may problema, kahit yung laptop minsan nagkakaproblema. So, it reduces the ability to perform well ng ating mga employees. So, syempre, a downtime will result to a loss. Productivity loss and also, syempre, yung cost sa company. And now, syempre, magkakaroon din tayo ng management complexity. Kasi nga, syempre, you're trying to manage different applications, you're trying to manage a lot of desktops. Hindi lang naman yan 10 desktops, 100 desktops. No, desktops can count as many as hundreds of thousands. So yun yung kailangan nating i-manage. So imagine having to manage thousands of desktops, thousands of applications. So it will be a management nightmare. And also, yung mga devices natin, yung mga desktops, laptops, and even yung mga tablets, mga devices, handheld devices, it age. So when it age, nagkakaroon ng syempre degradation sa performance. Sometimes yung mga bagong applications mas demanding in which yung mga resources ng ating mga physical desktops, physical laptops, handheld devices hindi na maka-cope up. So that's four of the the challenges of managing physical desktops and applications I want to highlight. So with VMware Horizon, I want to show you the trends in which ito yung mga driving trends natin towards VDI. So Windows 10 migration. So Windows 7, most of us are siguro very fun of Windows 7 kasi madali siyang gamitin. Kumbaga, there is an article in which Windows 7 daw is ito yung pinaka malayo or pinaka-used na operating system after Windows XP. So, maraming gumagamit nito kahit na lumabas si Windows 10. However, by I think January of this year, nag-end of life na siya. So, kailangan nang i-migrate. So, kasi wala nang support si Windows 7. So, kailangan na natin mag-migrate from Windows 7 to Windows 10. So, dyan na pumapasok yung desktop modernization natin. So, kailangan na natin i-transform on how they are managing their desktops. Tapos, syempre, if you have thousands of desktops, physical desktops, laptops, and handheld devices, security is part of digital transformation. So, syempre, it's a fundamental na kailangan in every device, in any device na kumoconnect sa ating corporate network is secured. Kasi ang sabi nga nila, data now is the new treasure. Kasi kapag we know na ano yung nangyari dun sa mga ransomware. So they are trying to capture your data, they're encrypting your data in which kailangan nyo magbayad ng bitcoins para lang ma-access yung data na yon. So imagine, what if a company has a lot of data tapos pinasok ng ransomware, encrypted the data. So you have productivity loss plus yung ibabayad pa dun sa mga hackers na bitcoins cost a lot. So yung pa lang. So kailangan we need to be secured in every devices, in every way. Kaya mapapansin natin kanina sa presentation ni Kathy, dun sa lahat ng any device, any application, any cloud, lahat yon intrinsically secured kasi we want in every layer ng solutions secured tayo. Now, syempre, because of this pandemic, because of this COVID-19, a lot of our companies are now rethinking about work from home solution. So some companies, some big companies have already shifted to work from home, some of which 50-50, some of which yung iba pinag-iisipan pa pero they're leaning towards having some of their workforce working from home or in working remotely. So because of that, we need to give them a rich experience na parang nandun lang din sila sa office. Na parang nandun lang din sila kung ano yung ina-access nila before, kung ano yung ina-access nila sa habang nasa office sila, yung pa rin yung ginagamit nila. Yung pa rin. Ganun pa rin yung performance, ganun pa rin yung experience na hindi nila mafe-feel na ay ayoko na mag-work from home, ayoko na mag-remote office, ayoko na mag-remote workforce kasi mabagal yung connection, mabagal yung ang pangit nung solution, hindi ko ma-access lahat. So we are trying to change that with VMware Horizon. And also alam naman natin na syempre hindi kumbaga may mga preference ang bawat employees natin. So we are giving that flexibility value. So if our employees want to use Macs, gusto nilang magkaroon ng they want to bring their own devices, they want to bring their own laptops, Chromebooks, Macs, Windows, or kung gusto nila naka-physical desktop sila sa bahay, we're giving them that flexibility to access their work, their virtual infrastructure from any device. So it's app modernization, virtual desktop and app modernization is a critical factor pagdating sa ating digital workspace. So VMware Horizon makes desktop and app management easy. Kasi app modernization, so yung ano natin, yung mga apps and desktops natin, virtual infrastructure natin, virtual desktop infrastructure natin can be accessed on a single platform. So pag tinignan mo siya, nandun na yung mga applications, nandun na yung mga published applications na nakatag sa'yo sa ating employees. Kung yari, kailangan mo ng several applications, yung Microsoft Suite, kailangan mo ng notepad, kailangan mo ng calculator, kailangan mo din ng virtual desktop, nandun na siya on a single pane of glass. Tapos, for example, yung meron naman tayong mga employees na hindi naman kailangan ng buong virtual environment. So, ang kailangan lang nila, applications lang to access. Pwede rin yun. So, in a single platform, in a single pane of glass, nandun na silang lahat. So, VMware Horizon also uses jump technology, a JMP. So, it gives you a faster provisioning time na yung mga admins natin, if they want to grow, they want to expand the number of virtual desktop infrastructures, pwede nilang gawin in an instant. So in a matter of seconds, kaya nilang mag-provision ng virtual desktop infrastructure. So kailangan, syempre, kapag we are trying to do remote workforce, or we're giving the flexibility sa ating mga employees, we need to give them a great user experience. So with I have a separate slide for that, but VMware Horizon has a lot of technologies in which hindi mararamdaman ng ating mga employees na they are working from home. Hindi nila ma-feel na okay, mabagal yung sa akin kasi I'm working from home, ganyan ganyan. Hindi nila mararamdaman 'yon. Siyempre, if our employees are working from home, siyempre security and policies. So nakatag yan sa ating mga Active Directory accounts. So kung ano yung itinatag ng IT, mga ano yung kailangan nating i-access, so it's being managed by policies. So kahit saan ka connect ka lang sa VDI mo, yung mga kailangan mong applications and virtual desktop environments nandun na. So it gives you that flexibility kahit saan ka anong device gamit mo, and nakatag yun sa'yo. Basta nag-access ka, papasok yung policies. So complete environment management, and SDDC integration. So it gives you that flexibility kung ano yung, and management, kung ano yung gusto mong ano yung mga devices and applications about patching, maintenance. With SDDC integration, so it's fully supported. It's fully supported from it's fully supported sa ating vCloud Foundation, VMware Cloud Foundation. So you can run a full VDI infrastructure sa workload domain na ating vCloud infrastructure. And flexible delivery, so you can manage it in cloud, you can manage it in on-premise cloud, telco cloud, public cloud, and hybrid. So pwedeng mamili yung ating mga clients kung ano yung gusto nila, kung saan nila gustong ilagay. So I got a question from Landicho Christian. Can we do some RDP? Yes, we can. So pwedeng mag-RDP. So pwedeng mag-RDP ang ating, for example, yung using your laptop, using your desktop at home, gusto mong i-access yung workstation mo sa office, pwedeng. So, pwede mong i-manage yun using RDSH protocol para makakonect ka doon. So, pwede. Okay, so going into details about the desktop and app from a single platform. So, from here, mamamanage mo yung applications, mamamanage mo yung mga published applications para sa'yo via smart policy. So, yung applications na naka-assign and yung desktops na naka-assign sa'yo, you can access it from a single platform in a single pane of glass. So, if our customers or our employees needs to access applications lang, so yan lang yung mga nakalagay dyan. Kung hindi nila kailangan ng virtual desktop. However, if they do need, pwede rin kasama yan dyan. So, maglo-launch lang siya ng another window para sa ating desktop. Now, VMware Horizon can be installed sa end-user devices. However, pwede rin siyang i-install sa browser. Pwede rin siyang mag-launch through browser. So, kung ayaw ng mga or medyo we are using 0 to thin clients, pwedeng mag-run yung ating VMware Horizon and you will see your desktop infrastructure using your browser. So this is some of the features with VMware Horizon. So as you can see, almost lahat ng ating gagamitin using our yung lahat ng services na ginagamit natin using our desktops, using our laptops, nandiyan na lahat. So you can access your USB, you can do Skype for business. You can also use your yung webcam ng laptop mo, tapos ko-connect siya, gagamitin siya nung um, VMware Horizon nang walang loss. Also, you can meron tayong mga companies in which we are supporting mga developers or mga CAD, yung mga computer aided designs. So with NVIDIA Grid and Blast Extreme protocols, we can support them na hindi na nila kailangan pumunta ng office just to access their computers, their high-end computers, para makagawa ng mga magagandang designs. So now, this is Jump Technologies. So it's a very fast provisioning kung gaano kalaki yung ano natin. Kung gusto ng mga operators, kung gusto ng mga admins natin na mag-expand from 1 VDI to 1,000 VDI, they can immediately do it. So it's a ultra fast desktop provisioning. So it clones a virtual desktop infrastructure immediately. So mabilis siya para kapag kailangan ng magkakaroon ng okay, we need 1,000 desktops para sa ating 1,000 users. So pwedeng gawin 'yun. So it's a real-time app delivery in which kapag in-access nila, pag nag-provision, automatically yung mga applications na kailangan ng mga users na yun, nandun na rin agad. And it's being supported by policy management in which kung ano yung mga nakatag na policy, ano yung mga securities na nakatag sa'yo, at ano yung mga kailangan, nandun na rin agad. So, it gives you the time na hindi mo na kailangan pang mag-access o mag-provision, mag-clone ng virtual desktop infrastructure, i-provide mo yung applications na kailangan. Imagine doing it for 1,000 users. Apakadami nun. And kailangan mong yung provisioning nun will take you several days or weeks at most. With Jump Technologies, with VMware Horizon, nandyan na siya. So ang bilis nun, pag once na nag-provision once na inukay ng IT admin sa window niya na okay, I need 1,000 I need 1,000 VDIs. Okay na 'yan. Tapos ito yung policies. So once na nag-start up 'yon, when nag-start yung process and services, ando na agad. So pwede nang i-access ng ating mga users. So it gives you 30 times faster imaging. So kapag kailangan pa magdagdag, pwede magdagdag anytime. Now, paano kapag sinabi natin na okay, sumobra yung 1,000 natin, ang kailangan lang pala is 500 or 700. Kung gaano siyang kabilis i-provision, ganun din kabilis yung pag-shrink niya. So pag-delete, ganun lang din yun. And yung mga application na kailangan natin, nandun na agad. Kunyari, may na-miss out yung ating mga admins. Oops, kailangan pala nila ng Notepad++. So yung app delivery, yung pagiging pagpo-provision ng application on each and every VDIs is instantaneous. So ando na agad. So it's being protected by policy. Kung ano yung policy na kailangan, ano yung mga applications na kailangan, ano yung security clearance na kailangan. So it's now tagged sa inyong login. And kung kailangan magkaroon ng upgrades, kung kailangan magkaroon ng updates, maintenance, so hindi siya mararamdaman ng ating mga users. So with this, you need less time. So yung time na yon, you can allocate it doon sa ibang task for us to be more productive. So imbes na maghihintay tayo to provision an application, to provision a VDI, or maghihintay kung hindi tayo naka-VDI, may nasira doon sa ating components, anong mangyayari, right? So hindi nagiging productive yung tao natin. For example, nasira yung desktop, nandun yung files niya, how do we access it from there? Nasira yung hard disk, hindi naka-backup, how do we access it? Wala na yung data niya, right? So with this, with VMware Horizon and virtual desktop infrastructure, every data yung ano natin is protected and secured. So hindi naman lahat ng ating mga employees are just occasional users. Some of which need power, some of which kailangan ng more powerful desktop infrastructure in which kailangan supported siya ng mga external graphics. So, and they are graphic intensive in nature. Now, with Blast Extreme Transport Protocol, so it gives you a faster way to transfer files. It reduces bandwidth up to 50%. So our goal is to enable people to work from anywhere with great experience. So, kunyari, meron tayong team in which yung team na yon is using CAD to develop and produce designs. So, syempre, kailangan nila ng mas magandang graphic cards, mas magandang computer, mas magandang specs. So, from there, with Blast Extreme Adaptive Transport Protocol, so you can provide a higher average frame rate under extreme network conditions with low bandwidth. So kahit mabagal yung bandwidth, mataas yung latency, may significant packet loss. So nandun yung we can support it actually. So over our competition, so we have higher with Blast Extreme Protocol, we have a 13% higher average frame rate. So is yung lagi kong binabanggit kanina na yung policies natin. So it's now being tagged with it's a true SSO experience in which pag nag-login ka pag nag-login ka, nandoon na yung mga applications mo. Pag nag-login ka, nandoon na yung mga desktop infrastructure in which pag kinlik mo yung desktop infrastructure mo, nandoon na rin, makaka-login ka na, hindi mo na kailangan mag-login pa uli. So it gives you that single sign-on experience na hindi na napakadaming logins, napakadaming kailangan mong tandaang passwords in which doon nagkakaroon ng inconsistencies. So it's being everything is secured. It's policy managed based on your logins and kung ano yung kailangan natin. So these policies are tagged within your account and the user, hindi siya tagged sa underlying hardware. So this means that IT can provide end users with a truly contextual user experience. So yung mga policy naman natin can be dynamically changed. So yung mga ganong klase ng changes is seamless, hindi mararamdaman ng ating mga users. So we want them to have that independence. We need to give them that experience in which kahit anong device yung ginagamit nila or kung nasaan man sila, kaya nilang gawin yung kailangan nilang gawin. And yung end users natin can securely access corporate data and applications across sessions through one set of login credentials. Okay, so ito naman yung ating SDDC integration. So from our VDI infrastructure, we want them to be fully supported So yung mga IT admins natin, kailangan they need visibility, they need the resources. So with VMware, fully integrated ang ating Horizon sa ating mga virtual infrastructure. So maybe you can run VDIs using vSphere, vSAN, NSX. So kung tutuusin, para kang nasa VMware Cloud Foundation. So VMware Cloud Foundation it's basically a data center in a box. So pwede mo siyang once na nandyan yung applications natin, ito yung VMware Cloud Foundation, ito yung mga vSAN ready nodes, pwede ka mag-provision ng cloud on-premise or hybrid or with our partners sa mga hyperscalers ng ating VMware Cloud Foundation in an instant. So you just ilagay mo lang kung ano yung mga information na kailangan, IP addresses, host names, tapos yung mga credentials na kailangan, and it will provision itself. So VMware Cloud Foundation, so if you want to check it, it's another solution from ours. So I think it was played, the video was played kanina. But if you do have time, you can check it out. So basically, it's the fastest way to the cloud. And it's fully supported sa ating Horizon. Now, kanina ako paulit-ulit ako sa cloud. So why are our customers moving to the cloud? So it's basically mas mabilis. If we want resources, kailangan mag-burst, kailangan natin ng resources na minsan hindi kayang ibigay agad ng ating on-premise environment. So some of which are using cloud. So IT efficiency. So kailangan kasi yung mga SLAs natin should be, tapos some of which syempre kailangan natin ng cost savings. Basically itong pandemic na to gives yung IT budget becomes very scrutinized. So tinitingnan bawat line item. So kailangan magkaroon tayo ng cost savings and also meet business demands. Syempre, pag naano natin yung yun. So nawala ako. Pag umaano yung savings, kailangan namimit pa rin natin yung ating business demands. So scalability, syempre hindi naman porket nagtitipid tayo, hindi na natin ma-meet yung ating mga requirements for our business. Okay. So not every customers is moving everything to the cloud at once. Most of which are using it as it's a journey. So some start as private cloud, tapos yung iba naman private cloud, some of which yung mga management, yung iba naman gusto mag-cloud because of disaster recovery, and they want to have that flexibility if they want to burst ng mga resources sa cloud. So they want also it to have another data center extension na ayaw nila magkaroon ng on-premise DR or ayaw nila magkaroon ng on-premise data center extension. So yun. So they want to move certain workloads sa cloud. If it's katulad natin na sa Philippines na we are 7,000 plus islands. So masyado tayong dispersed. So yung iba baka meron tayong mga workers sa ibang lugar. Ang base natin is nandito sa Metro Manila, tapos yung iba naman ang mga workers natin outside of Metro Manila, iba nasa Visayas, Mindanao. So ito yung isa sa mga use cases nila. And yung iba naman gusto lang talaga pure cloud. Pero with VMware, you can have the best of both worlds. You can have on-premise and pure cloud. So you can have that hybridity. So, ito yung sa mga use cases natin. If you want to have disaster recovery, we just want we want cloud migration, tapos yung mga remote workforce natin, we want to have a DR in which yung DR natin is hindi siya nakalagay or hindi siya nag-host sa ating on-premise data center. So we want to have it on the cloud kasi for cost savings and also for cloud burst. If you want resources na hindi ka agad maibibigay ng ating on-premise, pwede ka agad mag-burst, pwede mo siyang ilipat sa cloud, tapos i-burst mo siya doon. With VMware, VMware Cloud Foundation, VMware Horizon, you have that flexibility kung saan nyo siya gustong ilagay. So this is one of the use cases, one of the most popular use cases. So business continuity and DR. So we want to leverage the cloud para sa ating, for example, magkakaroon tayo ng maintenance. We want to have a DR na cost effective. Pero it's a flexible DR na kung ano lang yung kailangan natin. So this is one of the use cases. So we can have our VDI infrastructure hosted sa ating on-premise, tapos yung iba naman kapag geographically challenge yung ating lugar, ang ating system, so pwede tayong magkaroon ng disaster recovery and business continuity sa ibang lugar, and it's being housed sa cloud. So cloud migration, so if you want to ayaw na natin magkaroon ng on-premise, gusto na natin ilagay lahat sa cloud, so we can do that also. So you can go pay as you go. Kung ayaw natin ng capex avoidance, ayaw na natin mga hardware refresh na syempre pag nagkaroon ng hardware refresh, magpe-purchase ka ng bago, so it's a capital expenditure. Tapos syempre kailangan natin i-gauge kung ano yung mga kailangan natin, kung may mga bagong projects ba, may mga bagong applications ba na kailangan i-support. So yun yung mga factors na kailangan nating i-consider. And yung iba kaya nagpo-fully cloud is that yung hinahanap nila yung elasticity and agility na kaya nilang mag-expand, kaya nila kagad mag-allocate ng resources. So ito naman, co-location. So or yung binanggit ko kanina na if meron tayong geographic challenges na yung iba nasa malayo, or for example, we have our main office in another country, in another region, in which medyo kailangan natin silang i-support with low latency and minimized network traffic. Syempre, kung ang ibang natin is nasa ibang, for example, andito lang tayo sa Metro Manila, tapos yung ibang workforce natin nasa Visayas, Mindanao. Alam naman natin ng ating interconnectivity hindi pa naman ganun kaganda. So, yun yung mga natin na co-location. So, and data center expansion. And lastly, ito yung sa ating data center extension. If you want to have that yung extend natin yung ating data center or hybrid. So ito parang lumalabas na hybrid yung ating environment in which meron tayong on-premise, tapos gusto nating extend yung data center natin or yung ating environment sa ating cloud. So yun yung natin. Isa yan sa mga ating use cases in which pwede magpalipat-lipat yung data natin from our on-premise tsaka sa ating cloud environment or yung cloud data center natin. So VMware Horizon is fully supported sa ating on-premise, so VMC and AWS, sa ating mga partner solution clouds, and Microsoft Azure. So as of the moment, alam ko nadagdagan pa yan sa ating mga cloud partners. So VMware Horizon is fully supported sa ating mga clouds. That means yung ibang natin, there's no holding us back kung gusto natin i-burst siya sa VMC, gusto natin ilagay siya sa Microsoft Azure, so and our partner solutions, mga VCPP solutions, ating mga cloud partners. So you can have a multi-cloud hybrid environment na fully supported ng VMware. So yung VDI natin kahit saan siya diyan ilagay, si Horizon kahit saan siya diyan ilagay, pwede siyang i-support because of Horizon Service Control Plane. So image management. So for example, meron kang yung users mo, you do have that environment na meron kang on-premise, meron kang hybrid, meron kang public, tas nasa ibang lugar. With universal broker delivery, so kahit saan siya dyan umaccess, pwede. So it gives you that end user, it gives the power kung saan nyo gustong, mga IT admins natin, kung saan siya gustong ilagay yung user na yon based on his location. Pwede nating mailagay na, okay, so you are here in, for example, you do have a location here in New York, San Francisco, and Tokyo. Mas malapit ka sa New York, mas mababa yung magiging latency mo dyan ka connect. So ganun siya. So it minimizes traffic. Tapos syempre hindi ka na patalon-talon kung saan mo siya kailangan. Kung for example gusto mo connect, nasa New York ka, syempre may latency din pag connect ka sa San Francisco. So kung saan ka mas malapit, doon ka niya ilalagay. So yun yung you can log in there, mas minimize yung traffic, mas minimize yung latency. So mas it's nandun yung great user experience. Yung image management, so syempre kapag marami tayong VDIs, so kailangan lahat yan minamanage natin. Lahat yan merong checking kung kung ano ba yung build version yan, patched ba yan, anong version na siya ngayon, yung mga security features ba nandyan. So with image management, nandyan na lahat. So it gives you the power, mas madali na you can create an image, you can patch it, tapos ilagay distribute mo sa lahat ng cloud resources mo. Sa lahat ng resources mo, maybe it on-premise, maybe it on public cloud, maybe on hybrid cloud. So you do have that central repository, you do have that inventory management ng iyong mga images. Tapos you can have that versioning and distribution across pods and clouds. Okay, so I have a question. Can you please help me understand how we can provide quality user experience even with poor internet connections from our endpoints? So, tama-tama yung tanong. So, I have that, I have a slide. Actually, I have a use case para dyan mamaya. So, I have an example of use cases para dyan mamaya. So, what is the difference between Horizon and competitors that is making this possible? Okay, so I'll park that question I'll park that question first. Tapos sagutin ko siya maya-maya kasi I have that use case para dyan. So it's a good question. So application management. So real-time delivery ng ating mga applications. So kung sino yung mga applications na kailangan natin, ano yung mga applications na nakatag sa ating user sa SSO natin. So nandyan siya lahat. So it gives you a near instant application delivery. So kung ano yung mga kailangan, ano yung mga for example, may mga users tayo na hindi kailangan ng full desktop experience. So dyan siya. So using app volume, so you can provide application stream. It's seamless sa ating you can assign apps seamlessly sa ating mga users. And kung yari, nagkamali tayo, syempre, pwede natin siyang i-rollback. Tapos, yung application upgrade, sa background siya nangyayari. So hindi na napapansin ng ating mga users na nag-upgrade pala sila ng version. So hindi na tulad ng kunyari nag-open ka ng Notepad++, pagka open mo nun may update, sabihin sa'yo, do you want to have upgrade is available, do you want to upgrade now? So hindi nalalabas sa ating mga users yon. So the upgrade takes on the background. Okay, so one of the use cases ng ating mga remote solutions. So this is University Hospital in Cleveland. So University Hospital, hindi siya isang hospital lang. It's a part of a large community health organization. So marami to. Hindi lang iisa yung hospital na meron. So they do have yung talagang hospital, tapos may mga outpatient clinics. So itong University Hospital has 230 physical locations and 28 outpatient health centers. Now, syempre, kapag ganyan kalaki yung ating environment, kung yari meron tayong gusto nating magpa-check up sa isa dun sa 28 outpatient health centers. Tapos, kailangan palang for some reason, sana hindi naman, pero for example, kailangan i-check talaga dun sa mismong hospital, yung information natin na nandun sa outpatient health center, pwedeng i-pull dun sa community hospital. So, ganun siyang kadali. Tapos, syempre, ang hospital data kasi is kumbaga meron niyang compliance eh. So, kailangan yung natin is secured. So, from doctors to nurses to techs and others, meron na silang access sa ating patient information on any workstation. So, ganun. So, it helps mobility ng data. Mas mabilis, hindi na kailangan i-print yung chart nung patient, hindi na kailangang i-copy pa yung latest version ng chart niya. For kung meron man silang computer doon, hindi na kailangang i-print pa or i-copy. Tapos i-send via email. Minsan kasi doon tayo nagkakaproblema yung mga, syempre, sige, i-send ko mamaya. Tapos hindi na na-send. With Horizon, kung sino yung doktor niya or sino yung doktor sa outpatient health center, pwedeng i-access niya yung data ng same patient sa community hospital nang walang problema. Now, ito yung binabanggit ko kanina. So, yung tanong kanina about, siyempre, hindi lahat ng internet dito sa Philippines is pare-pareho. Alam na naman natin yan. Na minsan talagang kahit na ano yung gamitin nating internet, minsan sumasablay talaga. So, Ministry of Education of Malaysia wanted to deliver a robust IT solution that could bring computing to the students regardless of school location. So, ito yung kumbaga natin ngayon eh. Ito yung magiging new normal eh. Kumbaga. So, may marami sa ating mga estudyante ngayon is nasa bahay, yung iba naman, syempre ang ibang reklamo is mabagal yung internet, hindi ka agad makapagpasa ng module, kasi mabagal yung internet nila or yung location nila. Hindi maganda yung signal ng internet. Some of which of our teachers and students even go maakyat pa sila ng hill para lang magkaroon ng magandang signal. So this can greatly help us. VMware Horizon can greatly help us kasi nabanggit natin kanina yung blast extreme. So it can give you that rich experience. It can give you that rich experience. Maybe you're using it on mobile device, medyo mabagal yung internet mo, or kailangan mong i-access, may kailangan kang i-access na mataas yung latency mo. Medyo mabagal yung internet connection mo. Alam naman natin, medyo mahal ang internet sa atin dito sa Philippines, na may kailangan kang ipadala or may kailangan kang i-access, kailangan mo i-access yung ano mo sa office or may kailangan kang gawin. So with Blast Extreme Adaptive Protocol, so siya yung magma-manage ng iyong ng ano. So it gives you that streamline na kahit mabagal yung connection mo, it gives you that experience pa rin. It provides you a great user experience na hindi mo kailangan ng sobrang gandang internet or hindi mo kailangan na sobrang bilis na internet. So, yun yung mga ano natin, isa yun sa mga differentiations natin against our competitors. So, balikan ko lang tong si Ministry of Education sa Malaysia. So meron kasi syempre parang ang Malaysia kasi is parang parang Philippines din yan, medyo dispersed din sila, hindi rin ganoon kaganda yung internet nila. So Malaysia consists of 11 states and several federal territories. So it's the largest ministry in Malaysia. So yung Ministry of Education, and is responsible for 10,000 K-12 schools scattered across the country. So Malaysia MOE has documented a plan to improve education system by 2020. So the ministry deployed VMware Horizon to enable access to up to 25,000 computer labs across 1,250 schools. And some of the schools are located in areas parang sa atin na limited internet and medyo may problema din sa power. So they are using zero power clients to help conserve energy. And yun nung ano na yan, nung de-employ nila si VMware Horizon, it was achieved. And one of the quotes in which the senior IT officer of Malaysian MOE is that VMware is the most reliable and effective virtualization vendor. So they are proud. We are proud because in about 3 months, we installed it in 700 schools using VDI clients. The students and teachers love the solution and use of the application. So it was from Mr. Shahabudan, the senior IT officer of Malaysian Ministry of Education. So ano na ako sa health, now school, now this one is bank. So syempre makikita naman natin sa ating mga bangko, sa mga pag nagbabranch tayo, yung mga nandun pa rin yung mga systems nila, nandun pa rin yung mga computers nila na syempre it's still desktops pa rin yung gamit nila. Now with this onset, kailangan natin mag-adapt. So it gives you that operational efficiency kapag syempre yung mga infrastructure natin is now secured. Syempre yung mga ano na yan, yung mga branches na yan, they are still using desktop, and yung mga desktops na yan still needs to be refreshed over time. So syempre yung mga desktops na yan minsan syempre hindi naman, it cannot run forever. So it gives you that flexibility na kung gusto natin magkaroon ng thin clients na mas lower yung cost and operating, it will same pa rin naman yung operational efficiency, but it lower cost. So it can replace with yung Bank of Tokyo has replaced some of its desktops to thin clients para ayan. So sinuport they replaced 50,000 workstations. Tapos increasing PC utilization, syempre kung gusto natin magdagdag ng branches, kailangan syempre maglalagay ka ng mga computers doon, maglalagay ka ng ano. So if you are using thin clients or zero clients to improve, so it can transform our operations and gain and lower our cost in operating. So I have another question. Is this PCI DSS compliance like restrict screenshot? So yes, so pwede mo i-restrict yung screenshot, and also pwede mo ring uh pwede ka there's also a function, there's also a feature na hindi ka pwedeng mag-copy palabas. So kunyari yung Horizon desktop mo, Horizon yung ano mo, pwedeng i-restrict yung meron kang dinownload or meron kang file na ina-access mo from the inside. So pwedeng i-restrict 'yun. Pwede mo siya hindi copy paste can be disabled. Pwede rin mag disable ng USB access para kunyari gusto mong i-download yung ano, pwede mong i-access yung data. Pwede mo i-download yung data from your desktop papunta dun sa USB. Okay, is there any data retention on Horizon? Another question. Yes, there is. So yung data mo is being saved dun sa resources ng data center. So you don't need to copy or you don't need to retain data sa yung desktops or sa yung laptops or in your mobile devices. So everything is being saved dun sa data center. Pag or sa dun sa virtual desktop infrastructure na pag ngari, nag-log out ka na, kailangan mo accessin ulit yung data mo, nandun pa rin yung data mo. Okay, so ito yung kumbaga ano namin VMware uses VMware products. So I myself, ako may sarili akong virtual desktop infrastructure. Kunyari kailangan kong accessin yung, I'm using a Mac. Right now I'm using a Mac, so merong mga applications na hindi naman pwede sa Mac, like Microsoft yung Visio. So if I want to design something, if I want to have that if I want to design something, I have to do a diagrams na hindi ko magawa sa aking Mac. So I need to access my virtual desktop infrastructure running Windows 10. So nandun yung Visio ko. So once I log in dun sa account ko, nandun na kagad kasi nakatag sa akin na kailangan ko ng desktop version ng Visio. So nandun na siya. Tapos pwede ko na siya accessin from there. Now VMware partnered with VMC, AWS have VMC Horizon on VMC on AWS. So kapag nagkaroon ng maintenance yung isang site ng VMC or kailangang i-upgrade, pwede akong mag-access sa ibang site ng VMC on AWS. So ganun pa rin, hindi ko nararamdaman, maglalabas lang sila ng alert na okay, one of your may maintenance tayo, pero pwede nyo pa rin accessin yung desktop nyo on another site without loss. So ganun din siya. So parang hindi so kami ginagamit din namin yung sarili namin product and we loved it. So this is my last slide. So there's a free assessment sa ating mga partners. So if you want to have your infrastructure check, kung okay ba yung ano natin, if you want to check, okay, you're planning to have your infrastructure on sa virtual desktop, pwede yan. Tapos pwede nating i-try using our hands-on lab. So makikita natin yung mga IT admins natin can check yung mga applications or yung how VMware Horizon works. So nandun yan sa ating hands-on lab. And lastly, if you want to check reference architecture, you want to check the latest documentations or yung mga documentations about Horizon and Workspace ONE, so you can check VMware Tech Zone. So thank you. I hope I answered all your questions. And if you need to, if you have further questions, you can reach out dun sa aking email, alvolante@vmware.com, or our friends from Technopack and Phil Data. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Sir Ricky. Let's not forget our friends from Phil Data. And
Yeah.
thank you very much for that most engaging presentation. And the questions are just burning and coming in. And that's all the time we have for your questions at this point. But as you mentioned, reach out to Sir Ricky should you have any more questions, and make sure you are identified so that we can address you properly and send you the proper responses to your questions. So thank you for liking this community page. Thank you for watching over the YouTube channel. Okay, and as Sir Ricky mentioned, feel free to reach out to him after this event, during this event, and anytime, because we are virtual and you will be able to still watch this replay. Okay, the replay of this webcast on this same channel. Okay, just again, make sure StreamYard identifies you. Okay, and who knows, you may win something from this event. And Power On Remote continues as we look forward to an update from vSphere 7 this time. Please welcome Technopac's pre-sales engineer, Mr. RJ Cabuenos.
So good morning. Good morning, everyone. Again, I'm RJ Cabuenos, VMware Pre-Sales Engineer from Technopac. So today, I'll introduce to you yung VMware vSphere latest version, which is vSphere version 7. So from version 6.7, we have now this vSphere version 7, which was released by VMware etong year lang, last April 2020. So here's our agenda for today. So magbigay ako ng konting intro or brief introduction about virtualization, or maybe a review for some na meron ng experience about VMware or virtualization. Overview about vSphere. The two core components, which is the ESXi and the vCenter. So what's new in vSphere version 7? Its key features and capabilities. vSphere Edition. So discuss natin ng konti si 6.7, then si version 7. And how to, or ano ba yung mga kailangan nating malaman about version upgrades. So ano ba si virtualization? When we say virtualization, it's a software representation or process nung something physical, nung physical resources natin. So ano ba yung mga physical resources natin? Ito yung servers or yung compute resources, pwedeng desktop, pwedeng network, or storage resources. So, kung ano yung nagagawa natin sa physical setup natin or yung, let's say, traditional setup, can also be done sa ating isang virtualized environment. VMware vSphere. So, ano nga ba si VMware vSphere? Hindi lang siya isang product lang. Pag sinabi natin si VMware vSphere, it is offered by VMware, which is a set or collection of products. Not only products, also the features. It provides an enterprise-level virtualization or isang complete or fully software-defined data center or yung SDDC natin. Ano yung mga nagagawa ni vSphere sa atin when it comes to virtualization? It enables us to install multiple OS or operating system in a single physical server. Unlike yung mga traditional setup natin na physical lang siya, pag nag-install tayo ng operating system or ng OS, isang OS, isang physical machine lang or isang server lang. So medyo magastos. Hindi natin na ma-maximize yung gamit ng physical resource natin. Next is we can also prevent overutilization and underutilization ng resources natin. Then pwede rin tayo magkaroon ng balance distribution ng workloads. Reclaim idle resources, it means na pwede kasing nag-oversize yung configurations natin ng VMs, pwede nating i-reclaim or gamitin sa iba pa. So pwede nating madali lang siyang bawasan, i-reconfigure ulit, then meron tayong ulit na free space or free capacity na pwedeng gamitin. We can also sustain yung availability ng services. So ito yung pinaka-major or importante natin na kailangan ginagawa sa isang data center. Minsan meron tayong mga unplanned downtime, pwedeng nag-shutdown yung power supplies natin or nasira bigla si server na aksidente or hindi natin inaasahan. Then meron din tayong kailangan din nating mag-migrate ng workloads natin or virtual machines or virtual na servers from the physical server papunta doon sa another physical server during scheduled maintenance naman natin. So ano ba si vSphere Product Suite? Kung ano ba yung mga products na included tsaka features na under sa kanya. Siyempre, yung sinabi ko kanina, the two core components niya, which is the VMware ESXi, the hypervisor natin, and si VMware vCenter. So ano pa yung ibang features na meron sa kanya? Meron tayong VUM or si vSphere Update Manager. Ito yung, it makes it centralized dun para sa mga installations, updates natin, patching, tsaka upgrades. So meron din tayong tinatawag na download manager wherein hindi na natin kailangan i-update or upgrade isa-isa yung mga ESXi host natin. Sa download manager, yung pinaka-image na i-upgrade natin is nasa isang local repository or storage lang natin. So hindi na tayo gagamit ng napakalaking bandwidth para mag-upgrade lang or mag-update yung lahat ng physical or ESXi host natin. Meron din tayong vSphere Virtual Symmetric Multiprocessing or si VSMP. So ano ba yung ginagawa ni VSMP? Since ang physical server natin is meron lang, for example, meron tayong dual CPU lang na physical. Sa virtual machines, pwede tayong mag-set ng 2 or more virtual CPU. Kahit na meron lang tayong dalawang physical CPU. So ito yung ginagawa ni Virtual Symmetric Multiprocessing. It makes it possible sa VMs or virtual machines natin na makapag-configure or magkaroon ng 2 or more virtual CPU. vSphere vMotion and Storage vMotion. Pag sinabi natin si vMotion, ito yung feature or let's say process na ginagawa natin para magkaroon ng live migration. For example, magkakaroon tayo ng maintenance sa isang physical host. Yung VMs na nasa kanya is pwede nating ilipat sa kabilang host. So kahit tumatakbo si virtual machine or let's say online siya, live siya, pwede natin siyang i-transfer or i-migrate papunta sa kabilang host without downtime. So running siya habang pumupunta siya, nagta-travel siya papunta sa kabilang host. So hindi siya nagkakaroon ng downtime na puputol. When we say vMotion lang, it's the compute resource or server resource yung tina-transfer natin, yung CPU niya tsaka RAM or memory resource. Pag sinabi nating storage vMotion, so yung pinaka-storage niya, nandun yung mga VM files niya na pwede rin nating i-migrate papunta sa kabilang storage without downtime. We have also this vSphere DRS and storage DRS. So it's parang same din yung concept kay vMotion and storage vMotion, but ito is pwedeng automatic. So si DRS or storage DRS, siya yung pumipili kung saan yung pinaka-best. For example na ESXi host magra-run si virtual machines. Kung may nakita siyang contention ng resources dun sa isang physical host, pwede siyang migrate or transfer automatically doon papunta sa kabilang host na hindi nakaka-encounter ng contention. We also have this storage I/O control and network I/O control. Pag sinabi nating storage I/O control and network I/O control, it's like a QoS or quality of service. Pwede nating i-limit or i-prioritize yung access ng workloads natin papunta doon sa storage at saka network resources natin. So, depende yun sa configurations natin or policies na ini-implement. vSphere High Availability or si vSphere HA naman. So, ang ginagawa naman niya is, let's say nag-down accidentally si physical host 1. Si virtual machines na nakalagay sa kanya is automatically magre-restart doon sa kabilang host. So may downtime siya. May downtime siya ng konti. So automatically, hindi na natin kailangan i-run yun. Automatically, magre-restart yung workloads or virtual machines natin papunta sa ibang host. Fault tolerance is almost same concept din kay HA. But fault tolerance, hindi siya nakaka-encounter ng downtime. So si virtual machines, running siya. Kahit namatay yung host kung nasaan si virtual machines is automatic, nakalipat agad siya doon sa kabilang host. So ang ginagawa ni fault tolerance is live niyang nire-replicate yung status ng virtual machines papunta doon sa kabilang physical host. So ang limitations lang nito is per edition, meron tayong limit. For example, sa standard, we can have a fault tolerant VM lang sa 2 virtual CPU lang. Or sa enterprise, pwede tayong magkaroon ng 8 up to 8 virtual CPU na ipo-fault tolerant. So hindi lahat ng virtual machines nung isang host is ma-accommodate natin to have a fault tolerant feature. vSphere storage APIs naman, since meron tayong mga third-party storage vendor or solution vendor ng about storage, replications, backup. So nakikipag-usap sila through API dito sa vSphere API natin. So kung meron silang mga dine-develop na components or solutions para magkaroon ng best interaction with VMware or vSphere, it is through vSphere storage API sila nakikipag-communicate. So let's proceed to this VMware ESXi, which is the hypervisor. So pag sinabi nating hypervisor sa virtualization, ito yung pinaka-main or OS na ini-install natin sa isang physical server. Si hypervisor or si ESXi is installed in a physical server and enables us to virtualize the physical resources like CPU and memory. So kung walang hypervisor, hindi tayo makakapag-virtualize. Ang ginagawa nito is it receives yung instructions and resource requests from the virtual machines or guest OS, then forward it to the physical machine for allocation or scheduling ng resources. So kahit sobrang daming VMs na naka-install or nakalagay na sa physical host natin through this vSphere VM kernel na nasa ESXi host, na-allocate niya ng maayos or na-schedule niya ng maayos yung resource request natin or ng virtual machines. So parang siya yung nagiging middleman natin. Si virtual machines or sa mga guest OS natin is hindi directly nakikipag-usap doon sa physical server natin. Next naman is si VMware vCenter. vCenter is the central management naman ng multiple ESXi host natin na diniscuss ko kanina. So imagine kung meron tayong 1 to 2 ESXi hosts, medyo madali pang i-manage kasi since like sa 6.7, ina-access lang natin si ESXi host doon sa isang web browser, through web browser lang. Well, what if meron tayong 3 or more or hundreds of ESXi hosts na or physical machines connected in a cluster or in a network? So, paano natin i-access yon sabay-sabay? O isa-isa, magbubukas tayo ng browser tabs, then type natin URL or IP niya. Tsaka natin i-access. So, medyo mahirap nang i-manage. Dito sa central management na vCenter, mas madali na siya. So, lahat ng ESXi host natin, lahat ng nakalagay sa kanya, nakakonfigure, virtual machines, kahit ilan man yan is makikita natin lahat sa vCenter server na. So, siya na yung mag-handle ng lahat. Configurations, installations ng updates or upgrades, and other configuration or setup na kailangan natin gawin sa ESXi host. You also need yung vCenter server para ma-implement natin yung some vSphere features na na-discuss ko kanina. For example, si vMotion, si HA, si fault tolerance, which is deals to live migration ng virtual machines or transfer ng virtual machines papunta sa kabilang ESXi host. So kung walang vCenter server, it's not possible or hindi natin magagawa or mako-configure yung mga vSphere features na yan. So what's nyo nga ano nga yung mga nadagdag? What's nyo in vSphere version 7? From the previous version natin na 6.7 to our latest version which is version 7, meron tayong bagong mga tools sa lifecycle management. New tools for upgrading, patching that helps keep your vSphere infrastructure or configuration or setup consistent. We also have additional security saka integration to existing authentication services na meron tayo sa isang enterprise or corporate or sa company natin. And last, meron tayong enhanced features for scheduling tsaka allocation of resources for critical applications and workloads, which is yung virtual machines natin. Ito naman yung biggest innovation ni vSphere ngayon sa latest version niya, which is version 7. vSphere 7 with Kubernetes. So what is Kubernetes? Si Kubernetes ay isang platform for deployment tsaka management ng containerized applications natin. So kung gumagamit tayo ng mga applications na nagra-run sa isang containers, it will be very useful sa application and software developers since si Kubernetes is built into vSphere. It allows developers to continue using the same industry standard tools and interfaces they've been using to create yung modern apps or applications. It is available through VMware Cloud Foundation, which can be deployed on-prem or consumed as a service from the cloud providers, such as yung VMware Cloud on AWS, pwedeng si Azure, VMware Solutions, and si GCP or Google Cloud Platform. Ano ba tong si VMware Cloud Foundation? So, bigyan ko lang din kayo ng short or overview about VMware Cloud Foundation. Si VMware Cloud Foundation, it's a hybrid cloud platform. It accelerates yung development ng modern applications and automates yung deployment and lifecycle management of complex Kubernetes environments or workloads. Again, it can be deployed on-prem or consumed as a service from the cloud providers such as yung VMware Cloud on AWS and Azure and yung GCP. Si VMware Cloud Foundation has two family of services. Si Tanzu Runtime Services, which allows yung developers to build applications with freedom using the upstream conformant Kubernetes distributions. So kung meron tayong Kubernetes, kung meron tayong containers, then clusters ng Kubernetes, pwede natin siyang i-manage through this Tanzu. Hybrid infrastructure services, it allows developers to provision naman and work with infrastructure such as compute, storage, and networking resources natin. So these two services provides the developers a frictionless access to their required resources para ma-support yung continuous integration and continuous delivery pipelines nila. With VMware Cloud Foundation, so si virtual infrastructure admins get a unified visibility of virtual machines, containers, tsaka Kubernetes clusters all within the vCenter server na. So built-in kasi siya. It automates yung infrastructure provisioning and scaling so that developers can focus on building and deploying apps, while yung infrastructure teams naman can become more strategic, maintaining centralized visibility and control of their global cloud infrastructure and operations. So ano ba yung mga product features ng vSphere 7 with Kubernetes, which is available nga through VMware Cloud Foundation? Yung Tanzu Kubernetes Grid Service, which allows developers to manage consistent, compliant, and conformant Kubernetes clusters or workloads natin. May vSphere Pod Service, which allows developers to run containers directly on the hypervisor for improved security, performance, and manageability. So, pwede na tayong mag-run directly ng containers, work containers natin or Kubernetes workloads doon directly sa hypervisor. So si vSphere Pod Service, para siyang isang VM na with maliit lang na footprint wherein you can run yung containers. This storage service, it allows developers to manage yung persistent disk for use with containers, Kubernetes, and virtual machines natin. The network service, which allows yung developers to manage virtual routers, load balancers, and firewall rules sa workloads or virtual machines and containers. The last is the registry service, which allows yung developers to store, manage, and secure Docker and OCI or Open Container Initiatives images. So, kailangan natin yon yung mga Docker images and OCI images para makapag-build o makapag-run tayo ng containers. So, let's see yung key features and capabilities ni VMware vSphere 7. For resource management or allocation ng resources, meron tayong, we have enhanced DRS and assignable hardware support. So, ano ba tong dalawang to? vSphere Enhanced DRS. So, sa DRS or Distributed Resource Scheduler, ang ginagawa niya is, katulad na ng sinabi ko kanina, it detects imbalance ng resource utilization natin sa isang host cluster. Ang ginagawa niya is automatically minamigrate niya yung workloads or virtual machines natin from one host to another para mas maging balance yung resource utilization based on changing demands or requirements ng isang virtual machines or ng virtual machines. Sa old DRS natin, old DRS version na meron o kaya version 6.7, it is tinatawag nating cluster-centric. Pag cluster-centric, meaning nakamonitor siya sa mga ESXi host mismo. And chinecheck niya kung overconsume ba si ESXi host or kung may na-encounter ba siyang contention. Then, imamigrate niya yung VMs that consumes more resource papunta sa another host para maging balance yung utilization ng isang cluster. Pero dito sa vSphere Enhanced DRS, which is, we can call it a new DRS version, it is workload-centric. So, sa workload, ito yung mga virtual machines natin na tumatakbo. It is focused sa performance ng virtual machines or ng workloads nga. Meron tayong tinatawag na VMDRS scoring by using different metrics like good CPU cache, behavior, and memory swap. So, itong tinatawag ni VMware na VM's happiness. So, kung hindi na happy or yung performance ni VM sa isang ESXi host is nade-degrade na, kahit na si ESXi host is okay pa yung status niya, inililipat siya ni DRS, nitong enhanced DRS, papunta sa mas okay na host kung saan siya pwedeng tumakbo. Assignable hardware support. So, it is integrated with DRS for initial placement ng VMs to host. That supports hardware acceleration. So, initial placement, meaning kung meron tayo nakakonfigure na DRS or Distributed Resource Scheduler, pwede nating automatically si DRS yung pipili ng paglalagyan ng VMs kung saang host siya tatakbo. So, kung saan mas best siya magpa-perform or magpa-perform siya ng maayos. Si Assignable Hardware Support for vGPU and vSphere Direct.io, it provides a PCIe capability mapping layer and vGPU profile to assist VMs depending on its requirement. So meron kasi may have new dynamic Direct.io, which is a new way of configuring pass-through to expose PCIe devices directly to VM. So sa lumang version or process ng Direct.io, ang nangyayari kasi is kapag nag-map tayo or si VM is kailangan gumamit ng isang specific hardware device, kakaroon tayo ng pass-through, then gina-hardcode yung hardware address niya. So anong nagiging problema? Kung nagkaroon tayo ng vSphere HA, for example, namatay si host, hindi mag-fail over si VM papunta doon sa ibang host. Since yung meron siyang hard-coded na hardware address para doon sa hardware device na kailangan niya. So we have eliminated that hard coding or direct mapping of hardware address of a PCIe device to a virtual machine file. Instead, it is now exposed as a PCIe device capability to VM. So ang nangyayari, para na rin siyang virtualize yung hardware. So pag nag-HA or nag-fail over, papunta sa kabilang host, wala na siyang nagiging problema. Hindi na siya naghahanap ng specific na hardware device na naka-hard code sa kanya. So, pwede na siyang maghanap doon papunta sa kabilang host. So, if there is a host failure or high availability kicks in, assignable hardware also allows for that VM to be restarted on a suitable host with the required hardware available. Since hindi na nga naka-hard code yung hardware address sa kanya. For security, we have this vSphere Trust Authority or CBTA and Identity Federation. Si vSphere Trust Authority or CBTA is a tool to help ensure that the infrastructure is safe and secure. Sa previous version natin, which is the 6.7, it supports yung TPM or Trusted Platform Module. This TPM helps us determine the system's integrity by doing attestation. For example, a server has enabled secure boot and trusted platform module. This vCenter will determine if the system or si host, ESXi host, is nag-boot sa isang authentic software or sa configuration na ginawa natin or in a configuration we trust. But anong problema? What if nagkaroon tayo ng DRS or nag-migrate si VMs? Si virtual machine is pwedeng lumipat dun sa untrusted or unsecured host, ESXi host. Sa vSphere 7, itong si BTA, it gives attestation the ability to enforce yung rules by having the trusted host take over the communications and the key management systems. So, anong meaning ito? Ang ibig sabihin nito, si VM's virtual machines is hindi siya magmamigrate dun sa untrusted host. Kung naka-enable yung secure boot niya, then nakita na untrusted yung software niya or OS or yung configuration. So, hindi siya magmamigrate papunta doon. So, it simplifies risk auditing and secured VMs will not run on untrusted servers. Next is we have Identity Federation with ADFS. One of the good ways to improve syempre yung security natin is nag-i-implement tayo ng mga MFA or multi-factor authentication. Sa vSphere 7, vCenter can now talk to an enterprise identity provider. Kasi ang ginagawa natin ngayon, yung existing natin, sa vCenter server, meron lang tayo, pwede tayong magkaroon ng username, password as security credentials. Pero pwede din natin siyang integrate or isama sa isang Windows domain para sa Active Directory. Pero once attached, dito sa vSphere 7, once attached to the identity provider or ADFS, once you log in, you will be redirected sa isang provider's login page and prompts you to log in your corporate credentials. Yung credentials, pwedeng username, passwords. It includes also yung multi-factor authentication that is configured as the part of the system of your system. For administration, we have the Lifecycle Manager, vCenter Update Planner, and Server Profiles, and Cluster Image Management. So, si vSphere Lifecycle Manager, pag sinabi kasi nating Lifecycle Management, it refers to the process of installing software and maintaining it through updates, tsaka upgrades, tsaka yung patchings niya. Sa isang vSphere environment naman, it refers to tasks such as ESXi installation and firmware a new host and updating tsaka upgrading yung ESXi versions tsaka firmware when required. Sa vSphere Lifecycle Manager, it allows you to manage yung ESXi hosts and clusters in your environment, which you can use images, which di-discuss ko kanina, si cluster image management, which can use images to install, update, or upgrade the software and firmware running on ESXi host. So from this, we can maintain yung desired nating state or configuration ng mga ESXi host natin. We can also include yung plugins from hardware vendors that register itself as a vCenter extension. This is called the Hardware Support Manager that manage the firmware and driver updates. So for now, meron I think si HP and Dell ang meron ngayon. So, pero sabi ni VMware is madadagdagan yung mga list of hardware vendors para sa feature na to. We have this cluster image management. It sets up yung the desired state nga ng ESXi host natin. Ano yung image is, it represents yung version, ESXi version, firmware, and drivers version for the host, as opposed to the versions that it currently runs. How about itong si vCenter Server Update Planner? When we have to update tsaka patch ng systems natin or upgrade, may mga kino-consider tayong different factors such as yung discovery nga ng new versions. Saan natin nakikita yung new versions? Yung new versions, pwede natin makita sa blogs, pwedeng ini-email sa atin, may mga pwedeng through our technical account managers, pwede rin sa website ni VMware. We must also understand, syempre, yung interoperability tsaka compatibility and supported upgrade path for the new version. Kung meron tayong mga existing version, for example, 6.7 or 6.5, let's say 6.5, pwede ba siyang directly upgrade sa vSphere 7, yung ESXi version natin? Sa vCenter Update Planner, as part of the vSphere Lifecycle Manager, ang ginagawa niya is it automates yung discovery of the current vSphere version and details. Interoperability of the target version with other products. For example, si vCenter, anong version ba yung compatible or interoperable siya sa ESXi? Ano ba yung mga kaya niyang i-manage? And it can recommend, create, and test vCenter server update plans natin. So, ang nangyayari, it increases yung accuracy ng vCenter upgrades natin via online interoperability matrices. vCenter server profiles naman, it provides consistency of configuration over multiple vCenter servers. For example, meron tayong isang large environment na mayroong different vCenter servers. We can export vCenter configuration in a JSON o JSON format, then propagate it to multiple vCenters para ma-maintain natin and makontrol yung configurations. vSphere editions. So, discuss ko ng konti si 6.7, which is yung previous version bago mag-7, then si version 7. Sa 6.7 editions, Standard and Enterprise Plus, meron tayo. So, yung editions is nagbe-base lang siguro sa features na meron siya or depende sa requirements ng end user or nung environment nila. So, ito yung sample features ng comparison nila. Like, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, si fault tolerance. Kung standard ang edition mo, meron lang tayong hanggang 2 virtual CPU na pwedeng i-under sa fault tolerance na configuration. So, let's say, isang VM lang siguro to. Pero kung Enterprise Plus, meron tayong 8 virtual CPU. Meron din tayong tinatawag na kits. So, si kits, kasi is para sa mga gustong mag-start na meron silang large environment pero gusto lang muna nilang masubukan or mag-start kay vSphere virtualization. Pwede ding meron lang silang, hindi yung buong environment nila is gusto nilang i-manage or i-virtualize. So, medyo maliit lang yung gusto nilang i-under sa vSphere. So, meron tayong Essentials Plus Kits tsaka Acceleration Kits. So, si Essentials Plus Kits, meron lang, syempre, Hypervisor, vMotion features, tsaka HA features. Ang laman ng kits ng Essentials Plus is meron siyang 6 licensed CPUs and 1 instance of vCenter Server Essentials that can manage only up to 3 ESXi hosts. So kung meron tayong 6 licensed CPUs, pwede tayong magkaroon ng 3 hosts na merong dual CPU each. How about these vSphere acceleration kits? So yung mga diniscuss ko na difference or comparison ng Standard and Enterprise Plus is eto na yon, naka-acceleration kits, pero same, meron pa rin siyang 6 licensed CPUs and 1 instance of vCenter server, pero standard na. So unlimited host na yung pwede mong i-manage. Pero ang laman ng kits lang is 6 licensed CPUs pa din. vSphere 7 editions, meron pa din tayong standard and Enterprise Plus. Kapag kinompare natin, siyempre same, may mga features, may mga new features tayo na vSphere 7 na meron din kay standard at meron kay Enterprise Plus. So, katulad nitong next-gen infrastructure image management or yung diniscuss ko kaninang cluster image management na para ma-maintain natin yung desired state ng vSphere environment natin or yung versions ng mga ESXi hosts. How about version upgrades naman? Ano yung mga kailangan natin kapag mag-version upgrades? So, version upgrades is free. So, kung meron tayong 6.7 and gusto na nating mag-upgrade to vSphere 7, free siya. As long as meron tayong active SNS contract. What if expired o wala tayong SNS contract? So, kailangan natin magkaroon ng SNS contract. So, magbabayad lang ulit tayo ng SNS para magkaroon tayo ng free upgrade version. Free version upgrade from 6.5, 6.7 to version 7. How about edition naman? Kapag edition naman ang i-upgrade natin, syempre, kailangan na natin may fee na yan. So, may bayad na yung edition upgrades. How about the license keys naman? Paano natin malalaman kung kailangan ba natin ng bagong license key kapag nag-upgrade tayo ng version? So, pag tinignan natin to, makikita natin yung pattern. For example, 6.0 to 6.5, same license key lang yung gagamitin natin. Halimbawa, nag-upgrade tayo, naging from 6.5 to 6.7. 6.7, hihingi siya or i-require niya na mag-activate tayo ng license key, ng license. So, ang gagamitin lang natin yung old license key natin na 6.5. So, gagana siya kay 6.7. What if meron tayong 6.0, 6.5, 6.7, then gagawin nating version 7. So, kailangan na natin ng bagong license key. So, saan manggagaling yung bagong license key natin para sa version 7? I-upgrade lang natin si license key natin through sa ating My VMware account. Paano natin din malalaman kung directly pwede ba tayong mag-upgrade to 7.0? Meron tayong tinatawag na interoperability path na pwede nating tignan kung yung existing version ba natin is pwedeng directly upgrade to 7.0 or hindi. So, ito yung mga sample ng links. Wait. Ayan. So, ito yung mga sample ng links natin. Pag tinignan natin, for example, itong For example, itong si vSphere version 7.0 or vCenter. Pag tinignan natin, si vCenter Server 7.0 and 7.0 Update 1, ang kaya niyang i-manage is 6.7 Update 3, pababa hanggang 6.50 na version. So, si 6.0 Update 3, hindi niya na ma-manage yan. So, incompatible or not interoperable na sila. Kung meron lang tayong 6.7 new 3, Update 3, so 6.7 Update 3 na ESXi host hanggang pababa ng 6.0 ang kaya niyang i-manage. So pag tinignan natin, kung mag-upgrade tayo ng version, unahin natin si vCenter server. Kasi let's say, in-upgrade natin muna si ESXi host. Meron tayong 6.7 pa rin na vCenter server. Then, in-upgrade natin si ESXi host. Hindi niya na si vCenter server, hindi niya na mamamanage yung ESXi host natin na nasa mga bagong versions na. So, uunahin natin si vCenter server. So, itong site na to, so ayan, pwede nating i-try kung ano yung VMware products, so si VMware vCenter server. Then, kung compatible ba siya, anong version siya compatible sa product na to? Ito nga, like ESXi. Meron din tayong interoperability kung pwede ba tayong mag-directly upgrade sa 7.0. Ayan. Makikita natin, for example, si 6.0 update 3. Kung naka-red siya, hindi siya pwedeng directly upgrade to 7.0. So, ang pwede lang mula 6.50 hanggang pwede siyang direct upgrade to version 7.0. So, kung gusto natin, kung meron tayong, hindi ko alam kung may gumagamit pa ng version 6.0, kailangan natin mag-upgrade muna to 6.50, then upgrade to 7.0. So, information din pala, si 6.0, kung baka may gumagamit pa, is end of general support na from VMware. 6.5, version 6.5 is mag-end ng general support next year, November. Si 6.7 is next year na sana, pero in-extend nila hanggang 2022. So, kung gusto nyo mag-upgrade or kailangan nyo na mag-upgrade, so, upgrade na tayo to version 7.0. Pwede rin natin makita dito sa knowledge base na site yung mga concerns natin. So, for example, kung paano ba mag-upgrade ng license keys. So, ito may directions tayo through my VMware account natin or sino yung nagmamanage ng mga license keys natin. What if nag-purchase tayo ng license keys ngayon? So, syempre, ang ibibigay sa atin is bagong version or latest version, which is si version 7.0. And ayaw nyo pang mag-upgrade. 6.7 yung existing versions ng environment nyo. Pwede naman siya through downgrade para maging compatible yung license. So, downgrade natin sa vSphere Standard 6, vSphere Standard 7, for example. Ayan. So, ito yung mga So, ito yung mga links na kailangan natin or makakatulong sa atin. So, syempre, yung documentations, kompleto naman si VMware. Search lang natin kung anong product, like example, vSphere documentation. So, lalabas naman yan sa website. Or may site naman na mag-direct para sa'yo doon. That's all po. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Engineer RJ Cabuenos. Okay. And for that very enlightening and informative presentation. If you have any questions for him or you want to share feedback about what he has presented or you want to go back to the links that he shared, watch the replay of this webcast. But if you want to win some prizes right now, you only have a few seconds left before we give them away. So make sure that the community page can identify you. Okay, and just a final reminder, or well, not really a final reminder, fill up the feedback form today because that link will expire at 12:30. And there will be a surprise after we tell you what to do when you fill up your feedback form later on. In the meantime, okay, scan that code. And in the meantime, we will have a raffle draw courtesy of Phil Data and TechnoPack. Okay, so again, everyone who has identified themselves, you, as we congratulate the winners, okay, we now present from Phil Data with some offers and promos and where you can contact them and tell them what to do next. Okay, so welcome Phil Data's Business Systems Marketing Manager, Mr. Laylord Marcelino.
All right. So thank you so much for joining today's webinar on behalf of Phil Data Business Systems Inc. team, Technopack, and VMware. Thank you and all of you taking your time out of your busy personal and professional schedules. That means a lot to us, and I hope you were all able to understand and still remember everything that was discussed. Congratulations in advance to all the winners, and it has been a pleasure hosting this event for you. But if any of you ever needs any further assistance with our VMware and IT requirements, you may reach us at sales@phildata. You may also follow our social media channels at LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter for regular tech updates. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Marcelino. We hope, again, that today's presentations have helped you identify what VMware solutions are available and are most applicable for your individual businesses. So congratulations to our winners. And again, should you have any comments or questions for the organizers or presenters for PhilData or Technopack, leave a comment in the Facebook community page. But you need to submit your feedback form today for one more item from PhilData. Everyone who attended this virtual event will get Grab Food vouchers. Okay, so make sure you've identified yourself. Okay, and you only have until 12:30 today to answer that feedback form. Okay, so you will receive an email from PhilData or Technopack or our event agency, Summer of Events. Okay, and this has been Power on Remote Solutions. The session was webcast over Facebook Live and over YouTube, and it was made possible by our event partner, Summer of Events. So thank you very much on behalf of PhilData and Technopack. So please watch this as you have a pleasant day ahead. Thank you.
Today's workforce is on the move, with employees looking to access corporate data, applications, and online resources across more devices and locations. But supporting workplace mobility while minimizing risks and maintaining compliance can be overwhelming for many IT teams. VMware Horizon desktop and application virtualization solutions provide organizations with a streamlined approach to delivering, protecting, and managing desktops and apps while containing costs and ensuring that end users can work anytime, anywhere, across any device. Horizon centralizes end users' desktops in the data center, so IT can efficiently provision new clients, centralize desktop management, and improve security and compliance. And with innovative technologies like instant clones, user environment management, and app volumes, Horizon ensures that IT can streamline desktop and application management like never before, providing employees with truly stateless desktops. These stateless desktops can be destroyed just as quickly as they can be delivered, in seconds, allowing organizations to drive down costs, improve security, and support users with a truly personalized desktop experience. But with Horizon, organizations are not just getting virtual desktops. They're getting the ability to efficiently and cost-effectively deliver, manage, and monitor published applications to end users who may not need access to a full desktop. What's more, virtual desktops and published applications with Horizon provide IT teams with increased consistency across system settings and policies. Because with virtual desktops, these policies are tied to the end user and not the underlying hardware. This means that IT can provide end users with a truly contextual user experience, with policy that can dynamically change depending on the device used or the location services are being accessed from. And end users can securely access corporate data and applications across sessions through one set of login credentials. With Horizon, VMware is also ensuring that IT organizations can flexibly deliver services from on-premises, in the cloud, or through a new hybrid approach to best meet end-user requirements. This approach allows IT to start on-premises and provides them with a low-risk way to move to a fully cloud-hosted service or a hybrid cloud-managed service, with cloud-based management and desktops and infrastructure that sits on-premises. And with advanced virtual GPU and pass-through technologies such as NVIDIA Grid, as well as a brand new Blast Extreme protocol, IT can deliver great user experiences with all of the features end users have come to expect for even the most demanding graphic-intensive workloads. The consumerization of IT is a real phenomenon that is impacting businesses across the globe today. But supporting this trend doesn't need to be complex and overwhelming, nor should it cost you more. Horizon can help. Be sure to find out more today.